Hello, everybody. Just waiting for this to go live so everyone can hop on. Today, we are doing something a little bit different. So if you've been in this group, we've already had 4 live trainings. We had a 3-day training, and then we had last week a separate live training. So if you haven't watched those, make sure you go back and watch the replay on those trainings so that you can learn something, so that you can get all the value from that. And then ask me questions in the comments if you have questions about those trainings. So for this week and for today, I just want to come on here and have an Ask Me Anything or an AMA. So that means you can come on and ask questions that you have about your getting your coaching business going, marketing, sales, your programs, whatever your questions are. I want to know what you guys feel is your biggest struggle. Like, what do you guys need the most support on? Hi, Liza. Welcome. Awesome. Can you hear me, by the way? I'm sure it'll be an interesting video to watch the replay of if I've been talking with no audio. So let me know if you guys can hear me, and we'll get started with your questions. And if you guys have everything answered and you don't have any questions, then I won't take up your time today, because I know you guys could be out there serving your clients. So I don't want you to sit on a training if you don't need support. If you need support, come and get the support you need. That's what I'm here for. What questions do you guys have today? Awesome. You can hear me. Say hello in the comments if you're here. I see there's like 12 of you on here right now. So let me know you're here. Say hello. Let me know what you guys, what burning questions you have. Or if you're just like, I don't really have any questions, I'm just here to listen, that's okay too. But you probably do have something that you think is holding you back right now, something you're working on. Otherwise, if you didn't, then you'd already be at your goal, right? Hi, Sophie. How are you? How's everybody doing today? Week's almost over. It's a Thursday. Hi, Shira. Hello, Maria. Welcome. What do you guys think is your biggest, if you were to put it into categories, what do you think your biggest struggle is? Is it marketing your business? Is it doing consults and enrolling new clients into your business? Is it more on the coaching side once they are a client? Where do you guys think you need the most support? What is your biggest kind of area of struggle? Maybe that's easier for you. Is everybody reaching their goals this month? Has everybody hit their targets for your income goals you want to hit? How many clients you want to sign? Let me know. We had a few questions on the post today about going live. Some people were asking like how to use the model, which we talked about on the previous day's training. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you check that out. How to use the model for your weight loss clients. I think this is an excellent question, because my area of focus as a health coach, weight loss. So, but this can apply to whatever area you work on. If you are more on, the mental health side, if you are more on physical, weight loss, if your clients have different physical goals, this can apply. So whatever the goal is, right? We did an example of this with money, right? Where we put like 5K in the goal. So whether you have a 5K program or whether you have a goal to make 5K, you can do the same thing with your clients. So go back and watch that lesson and put whatever their goal is in the C line. And you can do this with them and have them put, explain it to them what every category stands for, and have them put their goal in the C line, and then ask them, what their thought is about it. Right? And then from that place, you'll be able to identify, how that model is playing out in their life. You can also work it backwards. So you can, say they're coming to a session with you and they created a result this week they didn't want. We can do this in our business every week, whether it's tomorrow or you do it on the weekends if you have more time on the weekend. You should sit down and evaluate your results for the week, right? Everybody should have weekly goals, monthly goals, and evaluate the results that you created that week. So if you didn't create the result you want that week, then you can work the model backwards and find out why, right? So if your client didn't create the result they wanted this week, you can work the model backwards and say, this was the result I created this week. These were the actions I took. How was I feeling when I took those actions? Like, find out what drove them to do those things. Maybe they didn't follow their plan. Maybe they fell off for a few days. Who knows what happened? That's, I don't know what your client situations are, but I'm just giving you examples without the specifics because I don't know if you're on here. I just saw your question earlier. But you can go work the model forwards or backwards. If you want more examples on that, let me know. We coach about this all the time in OCI. Alrighty, what other questions do you guys have? Those of you who are on here, there's 14 of you on here. Oh, there's more comments coming in. Oh, hey, Joanna. Oh, there you are. Yeah, that was you, Eliza. Did that answer your question about the CTFAR? Tracy, I'm new to this group. Happy to hear about it a bit. Awesome. Tracy, go back and you're not behind. This we are just getting started. So go back and watch the 3-day training, and you can go back and watch last week's live too, where we talk about the model as well in there. Yeah, so Maria, so if your goal is booking more calls, you put that in the circumstance line. And then work the model forward. Sandy, the enrollment aspect, money objections or spouse objections, getting on board. Yeah, I saw your question as well, Sandy. I know Andrew's going to do a training for you on this, but briefly for anybody who's doing enrollment calls, who all on here needs help with enrollment calls? I'm sure there's more people who need help with this. For all of you on here who should be doing enrollment calls, right? If you notice that a lot of your potential clients are getting to the end of a consultation with you and saying they need to talk to their spouse or their partner, that's something that we can find out at the beginning of a consultation. So it's just an indication that we need to frame the call differently in the beginning to find that out. So you don't, do a consult with someone for an hour and find out you're consulting with not the whole team, right? Just like if you were a company that services other companies and you weren't talking to all of the partners in the business or all of the owners, and so you'd spent 2 hours doing a presentation to a company and found out like only half of the decision makers were even at the presentation, right? So you can find that out in the beginning of the call and just ask, are you the one who makes all of the decisions around investing in your health, your body, whatever it is that, you help them with, right? Make it applicable to you. Most people will say, yeah, I make the decisions around investing in my body and my health. If they don't, if they're like, yeah, it's me, but also my husband, then that's awesome. We want to find that out in the beginning because then we can reschedule it to have everybody be a part of the conversation. Does that make sense? That's the best way to handle it, is just have all of the people there, because otherwise it's not fair to them and it's not fair to you, and it puts them at a disadvantage if they have to get off the consult and go try to reiterate everything, like, sometimes it can feel like this fire hose of information when they're having all these breakthroughs in the call. Now they have to go reiterate it to their spouse, and he's just like, what are you talking about? So it doesn't serve your client if they need to have someone else be a part of the conversation. Joanna's working on booking calls. Awesome. Hi, Esty. Hi, Jamie. Jamie says, what is the first step you recommend when you are just starting out? I've never coached online before, and I have no idea what the first step should be. Jamie, have you watched the 3-day training in the group? You should totally check it out. You will love it. You can sign your first client from that training. I've had 3 people reach out to me on PM and say they signed a client. Can you give an example of a program package and how you offer it to clients? Yeah, so a program package is literally, it's this simple, you guys. Your program package is what you help people solve in their life. So your clients need to have a problem in their life. Otherwise, they don't need a coach. Everybody agree with that? They have to have something wrong or something they want to transform in their life in order to need a coach. So your program package is the journey. Your program package is the transformation that you can offer them through coaching. Does that make sense? Someone's coming to you because they have a problem in their life and they want to get to this other place in their life. In OCI, we talk about Dream Island, right? They're on island number 1. They want to get to Dream Island, whatever that vision is for them that they want to create in their life. If you as a coach know you can help them get there, you're like, I know exactly where the island is. I know exactly how to get them there. There's just a few steps. That's your package. That's how you offer it to clients. Kindergarten simple. The biggest mistake I see with coaches when they're trying to sell packages to clients online is they make it way too complicated. I actually did a podcast episode on this a few weeks ago. So make sure that your package and what you're offering is kindergarten simple so that they can understand it. Because you have to remember, from their perspective, they're on island number 1. So they can't even see the island. They can't even see island number 2. It's like too far away. It's this like blind spot for them. So it's your job to make it really simple so that they can see it. SC, brilliant. So much more than diet and exercise for the client. That's so true. Yeah, think about it for you coaches. Any of your clients can go find diet and exercise information, right? And a lot of that is just available for free online, like the diet and the exercise. And they've tried it already, right? So if they could do it on their own, they would have already. So there's something missing. Our job as a coach on a consultation is to get to the root of the problem. Why can't they fix this on their own? Why are they still stuck? What's missing to get them to Dream Island? Christine, do you help if we sign up with you, craft our target market and message? Yes, that is exactly what we do. Constance, same. I can't get clients, and the few that call me don't want to commit to the price. Yeah, so that's an enrollment issue, right? That means there's something happening on the consultation that is either they're not seeing the clear path to get there, or they don't think getting there is that valuable. So it's one, they don't have any pain in their life. Like maybe they really don't want Dream Island. They kind of like island number 1, and it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe. Like this would be getting on the phone with someone and they want to lose weight, but you get them on the phone and they're just like kind of laughing and joking about it, and they're like, maybe I'll lose weight this year, I don't know. And sometimes that's a cover for a lot of pain, like something that's really hurting them in their life, and they're using that to hide from it. So our job, and part of how this process makes you a really strong coach, is when you learn to do consultations really well. Because when you do a consultation, and you enroll a client, that is coaching. That is their very first opportunity to be coached by you, right? So, you know, Constance, there could be a variety of things going on. It could be, number one, they're not your client and they don't really want the transformation, but chances are if they're on the phone with you, they do. So we need to figure out why the value isn't there to commit to the price. So maybe if I understood a little bit more about what it is that you offer them. Hi, Esty. Is that a wave, or are you raising your hand to ask a question? Are you saying me? Emily, I see you. They usually tell me they have no time, no money, or not right now. Yeah, and isn't that so interesting that that is the same thing that we as coaches say in our own businesses as the reasons why we can't reach our transformation. Our goal to grow the business, we tell ourselves the same excuses. Those same objections your clients have, you need to be able to coach yourself on them, right? You need to be a product of your product. So if you're telling yourself like that you don't have time to grow your business, you don't have the money, or that you're not ready, it's essentially the exact mirror of what your clients feel about their ability to get there, right? Hi, Jane. Awesome. You just started OCI. So happy to have you in here. We're actually doing a OCI Q&A in 10 minutes. So bring your questions to OCI so we can get you started. But let's see what your question is. Find it hard to find contacts on Facebook and find my ideal client. I tried LinkedIn. Assuming our corporate leaders would be the same way of doing things. Same as Facebook. This is a great question, and I need to look at your first assignment, your avatar sheet, to really help you understand your ideal client. But one of the things that, and this is just for everybody, because I know a lot of you aren't in OCI, one of the things that holds a lot of coaches back is the thought of trying to find clients. And I'll take it a layer further. It's trying to find clients that are your ideal client. And so there's certain things that are obvious. Like if you only coach women and, you know, you're like, is this guy my ideal client? Right? Those are certain kind of obvious. But a lot of the layers of our avatar, we tend to judge people on before we even talk to them on a consultation. And I think that kills so much momentum for a lot of you coaches, because you're getting super in your head about it and feeling like you're deciding ahead of time they're not your ideal client. And then what happens is you make your world very small, because your brain is having the thought, I can't find my ideal client, and so everyone around you is not your ideal client. Do you see how that works? So your clients are the corporate leaders. We have a process in place in OCI for finding ideal clients. So bring it to the call in 10 minutes and I'll dive deep into specifically your avatar sheet with you. We'll do a screen share. How do you lead up process before hopping on the consultation call? Yeah, kind of the same question that we were talking about before. So for example, we teach systems in OCI. Like we teach you how to get your first clients and then set up your systems to have them coming to you. So if someone applies to work with me in OCI and they book a call with someone on my team, I have a WooFoo form, but you guys can all use WooFoo. I don't care if it's WooFoo or whatever, that they fill out that answers certain questions that help me understand whether there's someone that is a good fit, right? So you can have the same form if you have a system in place in your business, you can also have a form there. So it could just be, you don't have your system set up yet. And so you don't have anything in place for finding that out. If you don't have a system in place, you can just ask them, like, how are they coming to you? Did you have a conversation with them? You can just ask them in conversation a few questions and say, okay, awesome. You're probably someone that we can help. Let's talk about it so I can find out. The biggest problem that I see coaches getting into is deciding ahead of time before you talk to them they're not someone you can help, right? Like, for example, if someone gives you like a little bit of a, people are protective, right? So they'll give you like their, they'll put up a wall and be like, okay, I mean, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm just not sure, but yeah, we can talk. And then coaches will freak out and be like, oh, they already gave me a money objection. They just can't do it, right? But they don't understand what you have to offer yet because they haven't talked to you. And the worst thing you can do is scare someone away from their opportunity to have a transformation with you on a consultation by being like, yeah, you probably don't have money. You're right. I need to be very protective of my time. Come back to me then, right? Emily Ann, could you drop a link for that podcast? Yes, I absolutely can. If you guys have been listening to the podcast and you find value in it, let me know. Leave a rating or a review. It really helps me understand what you guys like to hear on the podcast. Let's see. Shira, that sounds very helpful. I haven't started my online business yet. I am not feeling settled about what I am coaching. Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you're not sure what problem you help them solve. I hope my focus and question is appropriate for your course. Right now, I'm not feeling sure even what to focus on as a business. I had this idea to do a business for teaching people to sing who are afraid of singing. And then in my singing teaching, I have this extremely special technique. Yeah, so the way that you want to think about the problem you're solving is this a major problem for someone? Like, am I solving a major life problem? So if it's singing, what transformation will that provide for them? Is this something that they've always wanted to do? And how do they feel like it's affecting their life right now, not being able to do that? I bet if you spend some time journaling it out and talking to people about it, you will come to realize that it's much more than just the singing, right? It means more to them than that. Because for a lot of people that want to sing, it's about, it could be about like becoming a more confident version of themselves, how they feel like it's like that's held them back in other areas of their life. So finding out the deeper layer of why this is so important to them is what will make your offer transformational for them. Yeah, exactly. You're right on, Shira, because it's more about mindset than anything. That's where the real transformation is going to happen, right? Especially if they're afraid of singing. Fear is a mindset, right? How do you work with clients who are struggling with commitment and finding time to work with you? Excellent question. So where does commitment come from? Commitment is a feeling. So where do feelings and emotions come from? Emily Ann, I've poured in 2 years of sweat and tears and have gone nowhere. I've been a product of the product and still they don't believe me. So when you say they don't believe you, does that mean like, are you talking about on your consultations with them, or what makes you think they don't believe you? Because they don't believe me is your thought about your model right now. What makes you think they don't believe you? Are you getting on consultations and they're saying no? There could be something happening more in the actual technical process of the consultation. And it's not that maybe it's not that they don't believe you, it's that they don't believe in themselves that they can do it, right? That's what it is at the root of everyone's objection, by the way. Did you guys know that? That's at the root of your objections. It's at the root of your client's objections. Whenever you decide you can't do something, it's because, or whenever you say no to something, it's because you're worried you're not going to be able to do it, right? When your clients say they don't believe you, it can mean it either means one, they didn't understand your offer. It was too complicated. They don't understand how it's going to work for them. So maybe there's something that you're doing on the consultation where they're not getting enough clarity exactly how it's going to work. Or number two, they don't believe in themselves. They either don't think they're worth it or they're afraid to fail and not get the result. And the risk of failing is bigger than the value of the transformation. So there's all these layers of what needs to happen on a consultation. The biggest mistake I hear coaches making is they tell me they're like, I'm winging it on my consults. And understanding how to do consults and enroll people is an actual skill, right? Marketing and sales are actual skills that you need to learn. So as coaches, we know the transformation we offer, but maybe nobody taught us how to do consults, or maybe nobody taught us how to do sales. And so it's probably not your offer. It could just be there's a few things missing or happening that need to be tweaked on your calls for them to feel confident enough to sign up with you. They say, so Constance says, they say that they already bought a gym membership and that their budget is small. Okay, so already bought a gym membership is a circumstance, completely neutral. Maybe that's amazing that they bought a gym membership, right? Cool. But is the gym membership creating the result that they want? If it is, then they don't need you. If it's not, there's something missing. And so again, this comes back to doing consults correctly. Sounds like we need to dive into how to do a consult, right? This is it, you guys. This is, in fact, we have a whole Wednesday call for this in OCI, all about consults. Some of my clients are on here. They'll attest to it. Andrew's awesome. But if they're saying their budget is small, that's also a thought. So what specifically is their budget? What are their actual circumstances around their finances? Right? Budget is flexible. Their budget is small as their thought about what their budget should be for this problem in their life. We need to get specific about the situation. I love this question from A Loving Spoonful Nutrition. A Loving Spoonful Nutrition, what is your name? Who are you? So I can say hello. Who did you learn from that taught you the strategy you teach now in OCI? This is an amazing question because it's a compilation of everything I've learned over the years of investing in a lot of mentors, finding out what worked and what didn't work in their programs. I invested in a lot of programs that I didn't get results from, and in programs that I got results from, and it's a smorgasbord. This is not like it's not a carbon copy of anyone's program. I don't even think that you should copy other people's programs. So I've had lots of mentors over the years, and the biggest skill that I've learned that in my coaching is coming from actually serving my clients. And I think for a lot of you, you just need to talk to more people and understand, what specifically their objections are, what their specific struggles are, right? Because once you understand what your clients struggle with their thoughts, then you can start serving them. We talked about in the 3 days, show up and serve, let people know you're open for business, and then make offers. That's the most simplest form of what you are doing. And you can sign a client doing that. But if you want to get better at it, pay really good attention to what's going on with your clients. You know who taught me how to help coaches the best is my coaches. I've grown so much from helping so many amazing coaches. Love the podcast, Lots of podcast love. Awesome. Annie Chen, the podcast is Health and Fitness Coach Success Podcast. It's on iTunes. Joanna, thanks, Valerie. See you in the Q&A call. I'll see you there, Joanna. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, let me know if this was helpful. If you have more questions, write them down. I would be happy to do another Q&A with you guys, or do a longer one if you guys want to be on here for longer. Let me know. I don't want to take up an hour of your time that you could be out there serving your clients, but if you have questions about it, let me know. I'm here to serve you guys. You guys are my coaches. You guys are awesome. So let me know what you guys need help with. We can do another Ask Me Anything style. Lots of questions about OCI. So if you're one of those people, just leave a comment on here saying interested, and we'll get you some more info about OCI. All right. And if you're watching the replay, write #replay on here so we can see you're part of the replay squad. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.